Society looks at men living alone after 60 and sees tragedy, loneliness, something broken that needs fixing. But here's what I discovered. Those men are looking right back at society's happy couples and thinking, thank God that's not me anymore. Let me show you what's really going on. You see, every time I read comments on videos about dating after 60, I see the same pattern. Every time I open my inbox, same thing. Men living alone, and they're saying things that shocked me at first. Things like, I'd rather die alone than live managed. She got the house. I got my life back. Best trade I ever made. My married friends ask if I'm lonely. I ask them if they're free. Conversation ends there. I spent 40 years asking permission to live. Now I don't even ask myself, I just do. At first, I thought these were just bitter, divorced men. But then I got curious. I started observing the men living alone in my practice, started asking questions, started really listening to what they were saying, and what I found wasn't bitterness. It was liberation. So I dug deeper. I wanted to know, what exactly are these men experiencing that makes them never want to go back? Here's what I discovered. And I'll paint you some pictures. Saturday morning. Gary wakes up at 10 a.m. No alarm. No one beside him sighing loudly about him sleeping the day away. He makes eggs, scrambled the way he likes them, without someone suggesting he should really try cooking them differently or complaining about the smell. He eats standing at the counter reading his phone. No conversation required. Just peace. His married buddy woke up at 7 because his wife had plans for them today that he didn't know about until this morning. Now, does that sound familiar? Okay, here's another one. It's Friday night. Mark and his buddy Jude made plans 3 weeks ago. Weekend fishing trip, just the guys. Mark's packed, ready to leave Saturday morning at 5 a.m. Friday evening, Jude texts, "Can't make it." Sarah's upset I'm going. She planned something for us this weekend and forgot to mention it until now. Sorry, man. Mark goes alone. Has the best weekend he's had in months. Jude spends Saturday at a garden center picking out plants he doesn't care about, managing someone else's mood. I'm sure many married men can relate to this. Okay, here's another scenario. Tom's been eyeing a new set of golf clubs for months, finally saved up. He's about to buy them when his wife sees the price. We need to talk about this. That's a lot of money. What about the kitchen renovation? Can't you use your old clubs? 3 weeks of negotiation later, Tom's still using clubs from 1997. Meanwhile, his divorced neighbor bought the exact same set, walked out of the store in 20 minutes, and plays every Sunday. Sounds like what you've experienced, right? Well, it doesn't even capture it all. Now, watch what happens in this particular situation. Robert strikes up a conversation with an attractive woman at the bookstore. They're talking about a book they both love. It's pleasant, friendly. She laughs at something he says. He goes home. No interrogation. No, who was she? No 3-day Cold War because he seemed too friendly. Just a nice moment that stays a nice moment. Okay, I'll show you another one. Sunday afternoon, David's watching the game in complete silence. The house is exactly the temperature he wants it, 68 degrees. His chair sits exactly where he positioned it for the best TV angle. The remote is on the armrest where he left it. His phone rings. His college buddies want to grab dinner Tuesday night. He says yes. That's it. No explaining who they are, why he needs to see them, or justifying why he'd rather spend time with them than stay home. His buddy Mike got the same call, had to check with his wife first. She's not comfortable with those friends. They drink too much. They're a bad influence. Mike makes excuses, declines, watches his buddy's group chat blow up with photos from a dinner he missed. And when he finally settles in to watch TV, she wants the temperature at 74. His chair's been moved because it looked better on the other side. The remote's missing. Again, I'm certain the men with partners are beginning to think about many things. Okay, I promise this is the last one I'll share. Monday morning, James wakes up and decides he's taking a spontaneous road trip. By noon, he's 3 states away. No permission slip needed. No explaining his sudden desire to just drive. No managing someone else's anxiety about his plans. Tuesday, he's home. Wednesday, he's thinking about where to go next weekend. His living room's still arranged exactly how he left it because no one reorganized it while he was gone. To make better use of the space. Are you seeing the pattern here? These aren't small conveniences. These are daily freedoms that married men negotiate for, beg for, sometimes never get. The freedom to wake when your body says wake, to eat what you want without commentary, to set your own temperature, to keep your furniture where you want it, to maintain friendships without approval, to spend money you earned without a committee meeting. Now, if you're living solo and nodding your head right now, do me a favor. Drop a comment and share your experience. Tell the men watching what freedom looks like for you. Because those of you who are struggling with loneliness, I need you to read those comments. See what's possible when you shift your mindset and build the right structure. But look, it's not all sunshine and freedom for every man living alone. Let's be honest. Some are struggling. I see it in my practice. Men who are genuinely isolated, lonely, disconnected. And here's what I found out about them. They weren't prepared. They went from managed life to solo life without learning how to structure their days, create purpose, or build connections outside of romantic relationships. For men who were prepared, who took time to learn how to thrive independently, it's a completely different story. Best decision they've ever made. The difference isn't the lifestyle, it's the preparation. And here's what separates the two. Prepared men understand that living alone doesn't mean living without meaning. They've built hobbies, friendships, routines, purposes. They've just removed the one relationship that required constant emotional labor and compromise. They know that solitude and loneliness aren't the same thing. Solitude is chosen. Loneliness is feeling alone even when someone's sleeping next to you, which ironically describes a lot of marriages. They know their time after 60 is limited and precious. They'd rather spend it in peace than in endless negotiation over where to set the thermostat. And here's what really separates them. They've learned skills most partnered men never develop because they've always had someone managing life for them. These solo men know how to cook well, maintain their home, create social connections, find purpose independently. They're not dependent on a partner for emotional regulation, social calendars, or basic life functioning. They're complete on their own. Partnership would be a choice, not a need. If you're watching this and you're envious, I don't blame you. This is real. And it's available if you want it badly enough. If you're already living alone and loving it, this is your validation. You're not broken. You're not missing anything. You chose freedom, and freedom chose you back. And if you're solo but struggling, there's a path out of loneliness that doesn't require getting a partner. I made a full video on exactly how to build a fulfilling life alone. It's about structure, purpose, and connection done your way. Check it after this. But before you make any decisions, you need to know if you're actually ready for this life. I created a 60-second living alone readiness test. It shows whether you've got what it takes to thrive solo or what you need to build first. If you're considering this life, it reveals the gaps you need to fill before you leap. If you're already living alone, it shows exactly where you're struggling and how to fix it. Because this life isn't for everyone. But for those built for it, there's nothing better. Links in the description and pinned in this comment section. It takes only 1 minute, and you'll see where you stand. Now here's what the men living alone figured out that partnered men are still calculating. Relationship equals compromised weekends, negotiated purchases, justified friendships, explained absences, managed moods, defended choices. Solo living equals spontaneous plans, instant decisions, unquestioned friendships, unexplained trips, kept money, owned time. They lived both equations. They know which one adds up to peace. And here's the kicker. Most men who've lost partners, divorce, or death don't want another one. They're not broken. They're not scared. They've just done the comparison and freedom won. So here's the truth. Living alone is valid. Having a partner is valid. Both can work. But society needs to stop pitying men who chose freedom. These men aren't lonely, they're liberated, and they're not coming back. If you choose solo life, own it proudly. If you choose partnership, own that, but stop letting anyone tell you that one is superior to the other. And if you're considering living alone or already staying alone but want more out of it, take that test. Read those comments from solo living men. Then make your choice with your eyes wide open. Just know that being alone and being lonely are completely different things. And if this hit home, subscribe to this channel, ring the notification bell, and share it with a man whose choice needs validation. To my partnered friends watching this thinking, damn, is this why Mark doesn't want to remarry after his divorce? Yeah, this is exactly why. Bye, and I'll see you in the next one.